Hey everybody, Kamari Ellis here, the host of the Finance Rebel Show. If you haven't noticed, I've been gone for a while, so hopefully everybody missed me. I missed you all, but I'm back. So I don't hope you think I was going to be gone for too long. But again, I'm back. Today's topic is going to be hobbies versus businesses. A lot of times people tend to operate a business as a hobby and a hobby as a business. So today I just wanted to give some clarity to all of that. Before I get going, please like, comment, share. Y'all know what the routine is. We like to run an interactive show and we like to have a little fun with it as well. Been going for quite some time. Again, I had a flood, y'all. I had a flood. And it was a pain in the butt. Thank God for insurance. But it was a pain in the butt. But if you notice, my background is not the same like I usually have it, but we're going to make it work. So today is the first day back after a long time. And like I said, we are going to be talking about hobbies versus businesses. We are in the full throes of the tax season. Everybody knows I like to joke around and I don't want to say throw shots, but I like to joke around when it comes to tax season because you see all kinds of things. You see every walk of life. And you realize during tax season that all these quote unquote social economic constructs that so-called exist between the professionals, the bourgeoisie, and the so-called ghetto or ratchet, many times they don't matter. Those walls are all kind of torn down. You would think rich folks, or let's say folks that make six figures plus, wouldn't be worried about a tax refund. Wrong. They worry about their tax refunds, at least in my experience with many of my clients. They worry about their tax refunds. Sometimes they get downright indignant when it comes to their tax refunds. But the way the media plays it up and the way some of these memes play it up is that it's just the ratchet or the poor, but it's everybody. It's everybody. But again, today, talking about hobbies versus businesses, oftentimes I share stories or experiences from my day-to-day walk with my clients. And today I had a conversation with someone that's kind of breaking down the difference between a hobby and a business. What is a business? What is a hobby? All right. So business, first and foremost, is profit motivated, right? Meaning, long story short, we're here to make some money. We're here to get to the bag. We're here to get some cheddar. We're here to get that guap. We are here to make money. All right. What is a hobby? Oftentimes you have people who participate in hobbies, whether they crochet, like my wife crochets. She gives away pieces sometimes. She donates stuff to like babies and people that are homeless and things like that, but she don't make no money off of it. It's a hobby. However, I've been trying to convince her to turn that hobby into a money generator or money center, profit center, and sell some of the things. But sometimes you have people who have hobbies and they make money off of it. If you could think about somebody who's a woodworker or like a master carpenter, they absolutely, matter of fact, I'm not speaking directly into the microphone. They absolutely make money sometimes. They might sell a bench, they might do a custom door, they might do some custom windows. And so they might make money from time to time, but more often than not, they just do it for the love of it. They do it because they're passionate about it. They do it because it makes them happy. It might be a stress reliever for them. Oftentimes, many times people will have these hobbies and they really don't want to turn them into a business. And they often might be talented enough, skilled enough in order to do that. But they decide not to, because once you turn it into a business, it adds a whole other layer of stress. Right? You got to perform. I mean, if you're just doing something just for the sake of doing it, it's the love of it. All right. But oftentimes, many times, people want to write off their expenses as it relates to their hobbies. But I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. But I want to talk about how to distinguish what a hobby is, right? Now, I got some of the terms directly from the IRS website. Why directly from the IRS website? Because people like to make stuff up. I'm always about the authority. Who can wreck your life? who can ultimately deem this right or wrong. So it's important to know the rules, right? Because the better you know the rules, the better you can work with the rules, the better you can make the rules work for you. But you got to know them first. All right. So, first rule, if determining something is a hobby, because, okay, and let me back up. And the reason why I want to do this is because if you ever declare a hobby a business and the IRS finds out about it and they audit you, they will do what's called disallow your expenses. All right. What does disallow mean? They take them away. You can't write them off, and it usually leaves you with a bigger tax bill than what you anticipated. So it's important, again, to know the rules so you don't break them. You don't get a big fine. You don't get a big penalty because guess what? IRS interest rates are like loan sharks. So we want to stay away from them as much as possible. All right. So definition on the screen says whether you carry on the activity in a business-like manner and maintain complete and accurate books and or records. All right. So what does that mean? That means you carry yourself like a business, right? You're there to make money. You're going to do activities that help you to make money. All your expenses are going to go towards, again, you making money. Now, there's an interesting thing. And again, these are not my words. These are from the IRS website. Most times, it's about taxes. I'm going to quote something from the IRS website, right? Because they are the authority. They rule the land. Unless we're talking about something that happened on a state level or maybe the municipal level, then I'll quote those authorities. But today we are talking about the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. All right. So something I always bring up a lot, especially when it comes to businesses, new businesses, or old businesses alike, is they say keep accurate books and records. What's that mean? You got to do bookkeeping. I keep telling y'all, you got to keep doing bookkeeping. You got to do bookkeeping. A lot of people ask me why do I keep harping on bookkeeping? Because bookkeeping is actually the secret gem to wealth. One of the biggest creators of wealth is business, right? The tax code is aligned to business owners and investors. You'll get your best bang for your buck in terms of taxes when it comes to if you are a business owner, if you are an investor, especially a real estate investor. But guess what? If you're running like a business, you got to keep books. And again, many of us don't keep books. It will get you in trouble. I'm not going to say it lands you in jail because there's a lot of jail shaming and scaring. I don't believe in scaring folks, right? Even though many of the quote unquote big marketers like to do that to get y'all to do what they want, which is basically come spend money with them. Everything I talk about here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So I'm not looking to scare you. I am, however, looking to inform you and maybe persuade you a little bit to do the right thing. All right. So keeping books, very, very, very important. Next rule. All right. Whether the time and effort you put into the activity indicates you intend to make it profitable. So let's say you have a retail location or a storefront location and you're only open 1 hour a week and you're never there. Are you really trying to make money? Or is it a front? Or is it something else? Just do it for fun, right? So if you are in the mode of making money and the mode of being business-like, which goes to that first definition or that first instruction, you're going to have relatively good business hours. You're going to conduct yourself like a business, and you're going to conduct yourself to put profitable time and effort into your activities. All right. I mean, this stuff is pretty much rocket science. It's not super duper deep. All right. Next one. Whether you depend on income from the activity for your livelihood. Again, whether you depend on the income for your livelihood, basically, if you're doing this business, does it make enough money, right? Is it profitable enough? I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but does it make enough money to sustain your lifestyle? We're talking about hobbies versus business right now, but this is a tactic the IRS uses often. if they were to audit you. They will sometimes investigate people and see if their lifestyle matches the money that they're declaring on their taxes. If you are showing significant losses, if you are showing a minimal amount of profit, and you live this extravagant lifestyle, you might get a knock on the door. So be honest, be truthful, always. Can't go wrong with being honest and being truthful. So just keep that in mind. Can you rely on the money that you're making as your livelihood? Can it sustain your livelihood? All right. Next one. Whether you change your methods of operation in an attempt to improve profitability. So basically, are you active in your business? Are you participating in your business? Are you being thoughtful about your business in order for it to be profitable? All right. So that might mean if you sell chicken sandwiches, let me take it back. If you work in a Jewish community and you sell beef on Fridays, you might change that up and you say, I'm going to sell fish, right? Because if anybody knows anything, strict Hebrew folks, strict Jewish folks tend to eat fish on Fridays. All right. It's part of their religion. Not going to go too deep into that, but it shows that you're being thoughtful and you are being mindful about running your business. Okay. Whether you or your advisors have the knowledge needed to carry on the activity as a successful business. So did you run a hot dog cart and then all of a sudden try to run a law firm? Right? They might look at that. That's an extreme case, but I'm just giving you a scenario. You got to have education, the experience, the knowledge, as well as your advisors to try to make this business a meaningful business, to make it a going concern. So, you want to keep that in mind. You only want to work with people who are qualified to work in your business. So keep those things in mind when you are picking advisors. Okay. Next thing, whether you're successful in making a profit in similar activities in the past. So do you have a track record of running a business? Do you have a track record running this type of business? Can you prove that you actually know what you're doing? Okay. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about hobbies versus businesses. So you need to be able to check all the boxes on all these instructions that I'm talking to you about in order to say your business is really a business and not a hobby. All right. So next one, whether the activity, oops, click too fast. So we talked about that one. All right. Whether the activity makes a profit in some years and how much profit it makes. All right. So is there a track record of money making? Again, like I told y'all, I'm going to be talking about profit, right? That does not mean that you will never have a loss. I see people a lot of times and they'll talk about my business can take a loss for the first 3 years of business, or my business can take a loss for the first 5 years of business. Well, maybe not. Are you trying for your business to intentionally be negative, to be in a negative, or to take a loss? Because then you're not really running a real business. All right. Whether you expect to make money or profit in the future from the appreciation of assets and the activity. All right. So what does that mean? Some businesses buy assets, right? Some businesses require equipment, land, property to do their job, to do their business, to make money. Let's say you buy a piece of real estate. Everybody loves real estate, and the real estate might go up in value and the business owns it. That you're expecting the business to profit off of the appreciation of this real estate. Okay. Let's say you brought a helicopter. You know what? Bad one. Scrap that. Let's say you brought an airline or an airplane, right? That airplane might increase in value over the years. You might want to use it. Imagine if you buy some kind of special powered saw or drill that's kind of one of a kind. That might go up in value over the years as well. So you want to keep all of these things in mind when you're thinking about your business, because again, oftentimes I see people and they're running their business or what they think is a business, and it's really not a business. It is really a hobby. All right. You have to be trying to make money. I see people oftentimes make really, really bad decisions as it relates to their business. You have to wonder if it's a hobby or not. I actually have a couple of clients that are like that. They don't hire me for advisory services. So I'm not necessarily in the business of helping them craft a business plan and marketing plan and operational plans and things like that. But I do often say, are you sure you want to continue running this business in this light, in this manner? And they say, yeah, even though some of the moves, the business moves, and the rationale that they have behind those moves, in my opinion, aren't quite logical. And so one of the beauties about my business is I get to see so many different businesses and see so many different personality types behind the businesses. It will amaze you oftentimes. But again, I'm a nerd. I don't mind being a nerd. I don't mind saying I'm a nerd. So, but it fascinates me. Business fascinates me overall. So again, I just avoid those things. Avoid those things when you are a business owner. Now, I want you to think about a couple of things. If you are a hobby or if you operate a hobby, guess what? And you make money, you still have to declare it to the IRS. By the way, any money that you make to the IRS is supposed to be declared, even if it's illegal. Quick trivia fact. Anybody know the reason why Al Capone went to jail? It wasn't for his murderous history, by the way. It wasn't for his bootlegging. It was because he didn't pay his taxes. And why didn't he pay his taxes? Because he didn't declare his income. So all income is to be declared legal and or illegal. Just keep that in the back of your head. All right. But if you make money as a hobby, you are to declare that on your taxes. And guess what? You can write off any expenses you might have that are associated with it. Now, you don't get to write them off the same way that you would a business. You do, however, get to write them off, let's say up to the level, almost like gambling, right? So let's say you won $1,000 at the casino. You then also get to write off any losses, any gambling losses up to that $1,000. So it's the same thing for a hobby. If you made $1,000 selling, again, a piece of wood, maybe you made a totem pole or some special canes or something that was really fancy, really nice, and people paid you for it. Maybe some wood frames for paintings and drawings. Let's say you made $1,000. All the costs that went to it, or all the expenses that went to it, the wood, maybe glue, maybe nails, any of those things would be considered normal and necessary, or ordinary and necessary items. That's the term that IRS uses like a lot. Ordinary and necessary, right? So you brought ordinary and necessary things to help create these masterpieces. You can write it off. You can write it off against how much money you made from that hobby. However, you cannot exceed that $1,000 that we're using for this example. So if you made $1,000, you can write off everything up to $1,000. All right. So again, if you're out here and you're in business, run it like a business, please, please, pretty please. It'll save you a lot of heartache and headache in the long run. But it's okay to have a hobby too, right? If you like to ride motorcycles, make special cars or fix up cars and things like that, that's perfectly fine too. We need to try to have a balance. I'm actually looking for a hobby myself because all I do is either talk to you guys or read up stuff about taxes and stock market. But I wanted to just say hello to everybody. Hey, Chili Davis, how are you? Thanks for joining me tonight. As you all know, I am broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All right. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Miss Joe, Miss Charlene, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Like I said, I've been gone, but I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk about something. If you guys have anything you want me to cover or talk about, let me know in advance. All right. You could always text me Text me your questions, text me your suggestions to 484-278-1357. Again, 484-278-1357 and hashtag ask Kamari. All right. Put in ask Kamari, just ask your question. Some of them I will include in the show. Some of them I may not. It all depends on how I feel that day. All right. But again, we're getting back at it. Contractors are coming out tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be all done. They're laying carpet. It's the last piece and we're done. But again, I'll see you all later. Have a great tax season. Have a great weekend. They're coming up. Oh, by the way, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. What y'all doing? I hate Valentine's Day, by the way. No, it's not because I don't like to be romantic. But when you look at Valentine's Day, it's a manufactured holiday. It's a manufactured day to get people to spend money. Now, all of y'all know I'm the finance rebel. I really can't help it. A lot of times I literally see things from a contrarian state of view. So like when I look at Valentine's Day, I say, why do I need the corporations to tell me when to go spend money on my significant other or my wife? Because it benefits their sales and marketing cycle. I don't need that. I can do that on my own. But, you know, most of society loves Valentine's Day. So tomorrow I'm probably going to look up some of the stats on Valentine's Day. I know there's billions and billions of dollars made, revenues generated. I know it's the biggest day for selling roses and flowers and candies and all of that. So it should be interesting. But I want to know, put in the comments what you're doing for Valentine's Day. All right. But I'll see you all soon. I'll see you the next time. Same Rebel channel, same Rebel place. Kamari Ellis out. Y'all all have a great night.